What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. The final part to this chapter, I guess. Happy New Year. I'm posting this when it's January 1st. I'm recording this when it's December 31st. But let's just get into number 3, and I have Kevin Durant. And KD was basically a top 3 player every single season in the 2010s. I guess you could already know who would have been in the top 2, but if you really wanted to, you could interchange him and Curry, I feel like. But Curry's impact, I just feel like I have more. I'm going to get into that next because we all know he's number 2. But in KD's first season of the 2010s, in the 2009-2010 season, he averaged 30 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and basically 3 assists. In the 2010-2011 season, KD averaged 27.5 points per game, 7 rebounds, 2.5 assists. In the 2011-2012 season, KD averaged 28 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. This is when he went to the finals with the Baby Thunder, and they lost to LeBron, obviously, but what could you do at that time? LeBron was on a mission. In the 2012-2013 season, KD averaged 28 points per game, basically 8 rebounds, 4.5 assists. In the 2013-14 season, when he won his first MVP, his first and only MVP, he averaged 32 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. He carried the Thunder to the playoffs, I believe, without Russell Westbrook, because Russell Westbrook was hurt that season. And the very next season, he got injured. He only played 27 games. He averaged 25.5 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 4 assists. In the 2015-16 season, he averaged 28 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. This being his last season in Oklahoma City Thunder, as an Oklahoma City Thunder. And he choked. Let's be real, he choked this 3-1 lead, but what can you do? I made the same argument about him and Westbrook. Like, look at the team that was surrounded around him. It was basically KD and Ross Save Us. They was playing with Andre Roberson as the starting shooting guard. All D, no 3. Like, what can you do when there's no shooters around you? And you're that gifted as a scorer. Russell Westbrook's that good at pushing the pace and getting to the paint. Who are you going to kick it out to? Like, come on, bro. But he obviously left for the team that beat him down 3-1. He left for the Warriors, created a super team. In the 2016-17 season, he averaged 25 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 5 assists, winning his first ever Finals MVP and winning his first ever championship. And he went back-to-back. He averaged 26.5 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. In the 2018-19 season, they could have three-peated, but obviously he got injured twice. He injured his quad and then his Achilles. But this season, he averaged 26 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Unlike everybody else, he doesn't have a 2019-2020 season because we know he was out that season. But really, there's arguments that KD could have 3 rings right now if he never went down, or if Clay never went down, really. He tried his hardest to come back, but didn't happen. And he did win those Finals MVPs in front of Curry. So if you want to do that, but Steph equally deserve those Finals MVPs too. But KD's accolades speak for themselves. He's a 2-time champion in 2017 and 2018. He won Finals MVP in 2017-2018. He was an All-Star between 2010 and 2019, all 9 seasons. Was All-Star Game MVP in 2012 and 2019. All-NBA First Team in 2010 through 2014 and 2018. All-NBA Second Team in 2016, 2017, and 2019. He won a gold medal in 2012, 2016, and 2020, and I'm pretty sure he has the most gold medals ever now, which is crazy. But KD is one of the best players to ever play this game, and people arguably call him the best scorer of all time. So, hey man, it's all an opinion at the end of the day. Y'all can tell me y'all list down below. But next, getting into the greatest shooter ever, Stephen Curry. In his rookie season, he averaged 17.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 6 assists. In the 2010-2011 season, Curry averaged 18.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. In the 2011-2012 season, Curry averaged 14.5, basically 15 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, and 5 assists. In the 2012-2013 is when he started showing flashes. Last season, he was getting injured a lot. He got injured a lot that season, the ankle injuries, obviously. And ever since, he's been wearing ankle braces, and his ankles have been sturdy for the most part. In the 2012-2013 season, Curry averaged 23 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. In the 2013-14 season, his first All-Star appearance, and when he led them to the playoffs last season, but they got bounced out by the Spurs, who eventually made the finals. But in the 2013-14 season, he averaged 24 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 8.5 assists. Like I said, making his first All-Star team. In the 2014-15 season is when he won MVP, and he won his first championship, and really, he should have been the finals MVP, but he averaged basically 24 points per game, 4 rebounds, 7.5 assists. And Curry changed the game this season. Like, what can you say? And he followed it up the very next season, in the 2015-16 season, and he averaged 30 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, and basically 7 assists, being the unanimous MVP. Nobody else putting up the same numbers. And this is peak Steph. This is babyface Steph. Obviously, we saw 2020, 2021 Steph have a run, something crazy, but this Steph, he couldn't be stopped. He was going in night in and night out into people's arenas and stealing their fans' joy. And obviously, they lost down 3-1 to LeBron. And what can you say? They did go 73-9 this season, being the best team, statistically being the best team in NBA history, but they couldn't get it done. But in the 2016-17 season, Curry averaged 25 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists. People say Curry took a back seat, but his stats don't say that at all. But we all know that Curry took a back seat so Durant could do what Durant does, and he led them. He literally told Durant, "You're the best player," when Curry was still putting up numbers like he was the best player. But what can you do? And he averaged 25.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 6.5 assists that season. And then the next season, when they went back to back in the 2017-2018 season, he averaged 26.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. And in the 2018-19 season, one of his best seasons, he averaged 27.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, and 5 assists. And in this finals, he was really doing a carry job. Like, not a lot of people talk about the carry job he had to do in this season compared to everybody else, but with Clay and KD going down, obviously he wasn't going to win, and he didn't get it done, but we all know he would end up getting another championship anyway. But Curry's accolades speak for themselves. He won a championship in 2015, 2017, and 2018. He won an MVP in 2015 and 2016, which was unanimous. He was an All-Star from 2014 to 2019, All-NBA first team 4 times in that era, and second team 4 times, I guess. He won the 3-point contest in 2015, scoring championship in 2016. He led the league in steals in 2017, and we all know that Curry is the best shooter to ever play the game of basketball, so what else can you say? But at number 1, we all know it's going to be LeBron James. There's not really so much to talk about, so let's just get into his stats. The 2009-2010 season. In the 2009-2010 season, he averaged basically 30 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 8.5 assists. I'm pretty sure he won MVP this season. I'm not really sure, but in the 2010-2011 season, his first season in Miami, he averaged 26.5 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 7 assists. He didn't win MVP this season. I'm pretty sure he lost it to Derrick Rose, and it's really debatable whether he should have won this MVP or not, but hey man, they got voter fatigue, and the next season came back and won another MVP. He averaged 27 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And he could have won Defensive Player of the Year this season, but they gave it to Marc Gasol, who wasn't even on All-NBA for All Defensive First Team. So that's really arguable if you even really want to put him there. And he won his first championship in 2011-2012, going against the Baby Thunder, like I keep saying. And the whole critique about LeBron's career so far is he couldn't get it done. He wasn't clutch. He wasn't doing nothing. And then that 2012 season, we all know what he went into Boston and did. There's not really too much to say about that. That's one of the best performances of all time. And he went out and did that. In the 2010-2011 season, he was trying to play 1A, 1B with D-Wade, but they came to agreement. LeBron is the 1 and D-Wade's the 2. And that helped them win 2 championships in a row. In the 2012-2013 season, LeBron averaged 27 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. In the 2013-14 season, he lost to the Spurs, but he basically made the finals for 10 straight seasons. That's crazy to say, bro. But he averaged 27 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. His last season in Miami, before losing to the Spurs, obviously, he went to Cleveland. Back to Cleveland, actually. He averaged 25 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 7.5 assists, playing alongside Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. They both went down in the finals. LeBron tried his hardest, but he obviously didn't beat that Warriors team. They lost in 6, playing next to Matthew Dellavedova, so what can you expect? But in the 2015-16 season, he came back. He averaged 25 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 7 assists. Being the first player ever, or the first team, I would say, to come back down 3-1 in the finals, which is crazy. That final series is one of the best of all time. In the 2016-17 season, he averaged 26.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 8.5 assists. There was no beating that Warriors super team, so that's all you really have to say. Like, I don't know. In 2017-2018 season, LeBron had one of his best memorable seasons. He averaged 27.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 9 assists. This Cleveland, there's not too much I can say about this Cleveland LeBron, because goddamn. But in the 2018-19 season, he went down with injuries. His first season with the Lakers, he averaged 27.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 8 assists. He missed the playoffs for the first time in a while. And they were looking good before he got injured, or before Lonzo got injured too. So he came back from injury. The last season, we're going to cover the 2019-2020 season, last season of the decade, basically. He averaged 25.5 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists, playing point guard for the first time in his career. And he came second in MVP voting behind Giannis, so you can't really say that he wasn't one of the best players in the world. Like, come on, bro. We all know what LeBron is capable of, bro. But in the 2010s, LeBron was a 10-time All-Star, 10-time All-NBA, 3-time MVP, 3-time Finals MVP, 4-time All-Defensive Team, and he won a gold medal. And LeBron is considered one of the best players to ever play this game. If you want to put him number 1, I have him as number 1, but it's all up to opinion based. But let me know how y'all feel about my list down below. Y'all make your own list, whatever y'all want. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Happy New Year. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If y'all want to see some more, there's a video on the left and the video on the right. Click on them.